So here's a spare cylinder head I bought. I'm very happy with the way it looks. It's like in really good condition. Has all the studs in the exhaust side, which is pretty rare sometimes on KAs. They like to break off. It looks like this cylinder head was running pretty damn rich though. At one point, it's pretty dirty inside there. But that's not a problem because we're actually going to do a minor backyard rebuild on this. But first we have to test everything out. I'm waiting for my straight edge to come, which comes tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll be measuring the bottom surfaces. But today, right now, we're going to check our valve seats. So we need to take both of the cams off first for that. Now that we have the cams off, we could turn over the head and test our valve seats on the bottom. You need to take off the cams because when they're still bolted on, some of your valves will be open and while some are closed. So we turn the head over. Actually, you're going to need spark plugs to fill the holes up right here. So actually, if you don't have spark plugs on your head, go ahead and install spark plugs in there. Okay, so now that you have spark plugs in, you could turn your head over. Watch out actually, because once you have the cams out, the solid lifters tend to fall out.
Net power.
So carefully turn it over so they don't fall out. You have your cylinder turned over, and what you do is you pour water into the combustion chamber. You let it sit in there. If it sits in there, that's a good sign, at least. We're checking our valve seats now. Cylinder 2 is holding, but nope, out the exhaust side. We know that one of these valves is leaking. So what you do, you either take air compressor or compressed air in a can, squirt it inside the port. You can see bubbles come up. So it's coming from this exhaust valve and it's leaking like crazy. So we know we have leaks on this side. So what you should do, you should mark your cylinder or your valve so you know in the future. Let's move on to cylinder 3. Oh my, this one doesn't even hold water. Look, the intake side, we have this huge gap in this intake valve. I'm actually kind of worried about why that is. Is the valve bent? Is this cylinder head warped? So see, that doesn't even hold water at all. So let's move on to cylinder 4. And again, we have major leakage out of our intake valves. You can just see it pour out. It won't even hold. So those two on these two are definitely leaking. We have this one that's leaking. We have this one that's majorly leaking with a huge gap. So being that we have this many leaking, I'm actually probably going to seat all of the valves. I'm going to take them all out and seat them